Hey, Shalom Yasharala,
Shalom.
which means peace, Israel. We would like to start off by giving our praises, our honor, and our glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Akakwadash. Yahweh, that's the true and powerful mighty name of who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, or Ahia. Ba'ashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai, that's the true and powerful mighty name of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yeshua, or Yeshaya. And the Ruach is the Holy Spirit, according to the ancient Paleo-Hebrew tongue. We would like to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who we learned the truth of the Bible from. And peace, blessing, safety, and salutation unto the hopeful elect and to you believers and listeners out there that came back into the faith and obedience of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And much love and respect unto you brothers, pushing this gospel in sincerity and truth, risking your lives of freedom now more so than ever. May Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai continue to bless you and your households. I'm the brother Yawam, and this is
Naquam.
And we're out here today fishing for the elect of the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel consists primarily of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Natives, Seminole Indians, West Indians, and Haitians. And you also have the Israelite foreigners who are likened unto a speckled bird, who look like the heathen nations because they've been scattered amongst the heathen nations. But their bloodline and lineage goes back unto Jacob by way of their fathers. Okay? We don't judge off skin color or appearances, we judge by the spirit. All right? And today, we're going into the fall of Esau Edom, because that's pretty much what we're witnessing right now. Okay? We're witnessing the downfall of our enemy, Esau Edom. Okay, which is the self-proclaimed white man. Go ahead, you got anything you wanted to?
Yeah, well, ultimately, it's just that time, and I mean, these the times we in, and this time, hey, things getting ready to come down the pipe because of this. You know, the Lord has set boundaries for this man
That he cannot pass.
that he cannot pass, and even his rulership, his days in rulership have been numbered. You know, and we're coming to the end of it. Oh man!
You see all the birds flying?
Con.
That's why I had got distracted, because I seen
Okay.
another flock like further ahead, and I was just
Okay.
sitting there looking like, damn, they high up there,
Con.
like they flying south.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the Lord has abounded it gave him his boundaries, you know, that he can't pass, and his days are numbered. And Esau knows that, you know what I'm saying, self-proclaimed white man, they know that their time is coming to an end, and that's why a lot of things are starting to happen. You know, that's why it's important that we stay circumspect, we stay aware of our surroundings and beware of the things that's going on around us. You know, because this man, he always got something up his sleeve.
Yep.
You know,
always pulling something out that trick bag.
Con, because he knows that he had but a short time, you know, as the scriptures say.
Revelation 12:12.
Con. You want to start at that?
As a matter of fact, yep, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, so let me go ahead and get that. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. And hey, you can consider this here a warning to you Israelites. You know what I'm saying? It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and that's speaking, and ye that dwell in them, that's to Esau. You know what I'm saying? Right now, rejoice, because see, this is Esau's kingdom, you know. It's hell for us, but this is our hell, but this is Esau's heaven.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So it says, rejoice ye heavens. Yeah, have fun, live it up. You know what I'm saying? Live it up, Esau. You know? It says, but woe, it says, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Okay? Esau is dwelling in heaven. You know? But it says,
his heaven's going into his rulership.
come. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Come.
And see, the inhabitants of the earth and sea, that's pretty much the people on the earth, mainly you Israelites. You know what I'm saying? The devil is coming down on you with great wrath. He's getting ready to.
Come.
You know, he's getting ready to bring it, like he said. He got a lot of stuff up his sleeve. He finna pull out something out of this trick bag. You know what I'm saying? He doing something every day. The devil is constantly at work. You know what I'm saying? So, and just real soon, best believe real soon you're going to get that big false flag event, that red flag event, and all hell going to break loose. You know what I'm saying? You got to be ready for that. We got to be ready for it. You know what I'm saying? But main thing is that this devil is coming down with great wrath because he knows that his time is up. He knows that he's running out of time. He's doing everything he can to prolong his rulership.
Con.
You know what I'm saying? To offset the prophecies.
Con. So I have right here pulled up the word devil in that scripture, and it's
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
okay. When you read, it says prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer. Metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. And that's Esau Edom.
Who is that talking about? I mean, think about that. That's it. Look here, ain't no so-called black man in power right now making all these decisions, acting as he's got, into coming up with all these different concoctions,
And laws and
all these
legislation.
different laws that you should about, and actually opposing opposing everything that is God. You know what I'm saying? That is of God. That's these people, man. The scriptures tell you who these people are. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you what that devil is gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So he can't run from who he is no more. He's been revealed. You know what I'm saying? And he knows that now that he's been revealed like that, he knows that means his time is up. You know what I'm saying? Because in the past, he was just roaming free. You know? And nobody knew who he was. Everybody was trusting him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trusts these people. We trust them more than we trust ourselves, our own people.
But this is what's going on right now. I'm glad you said that. This is Isaiah chapter 25 and verse 7. And it reads, give me a second.
Mhm.
This is Isaiah chapter 25 verse 7. And he will destroy in this mountain, this government, the face of the covering cast over all people in the veil that is spread over all nations. Right. Because he this devil, he done went and he changed everybody's nationality. Okay, because nobody's going by their biblical nationality anymore. The Chinese aren't calling themselves Moabites. Okay, the Arabs not calling themselves Ishmael. Esau for damn sure not calling himself Esau. The white man not calling himself Esau. He trying to be everybody else. He the Egyptian. He us. He the Palestinians. This man want to be everybody except for who the hell he want to be. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua is exposing them.
It's funny you mention that because it's true. If you look at any of these movies or series that come out, these TV shows that come out that's supposed to be biblical, you know, like you got the movie The Ten Commandments, you know, you got this new show they got called The House of David, you know what I'm saying? Look here, Esau, like the brother just said, Esau was the Egyptian, you know, all the Egyptians were so-called white men, you know what I'm saying? All the Israelites were so-called white men, you know, all the Moabites were so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what the hell? And look here, we so-called black people, we just popped up out of nowhere in slavery.
According to these people.
According to these people, we just popped up out of nowhere into slavery. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, man. These are the only people on earth that can have some kind of a biblical nationality. You know what I'm saying? Once again, that's his pride. You know? I mean, but this man that went all over the earth deceiving everybody, that's the covering cast.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That he's and that the Lord is lifting that veil right now because the wicked has been exposed. You know what I'm saying? And now we waking up to who we are and who everybody is. You know, especially his ass. You know what I'm saying? And he being exposed and he's afraid now.
Yep.
He's afraid now.
Because he know that he's being exposed is truth.
That's the Revelation 11 and 11, you know, when this truth came out, you know what I'm saying, back in the 60s, the late 60s, you know,
Revelation 11:11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, into the Israelites. Start with Elder Abba Bivens.
That 3 days and a half, that's that 350-year period
From
when we lost our heritage.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was beaten out of us. You know what I'm saying? And black was beaten into us.
Yep.
You know,
African
nigga was
American,
beaten into us.
Afro-American, all
Yeah,
these
all
bywords
this-
and proverbs.
Exactly, you know.
But and they stood upon their feet like we're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Exactly.
And it's Esau and these other nations.
So this truth coming out and us being out here preaching this word right now, this Esau, when Esau sees this, that puts fear in his heart because it's a reminder that, hey, my time is almost up.
And also it reminds them of this too. Okay? It reminds them of this, and they hate this.
Mm-hmm.
This is Romans chapter 9 and verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Con.
And they constantly getting reminded of that because they was able to fool the people that, you know, they were Christians, that they was, you know, the true JEWs,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and that, you know, the Most High loved them, and, you know, that, you know, they're God's chosen people.
Mhm.
But truth be told, the Most High hates that. He hates their guts.
He's eating. He's eating now. And
He's
see,
the
that's
scum of
the
the
main
earth.
thing. He didn't want it to be known that they're actually the Edomites. They didn't want that known, okay? Because the Bible literally condemns them people, that particular people. The Bible condemns them totally.
Their whole race.
You know,
they're
from
considered-
beginning to end, the Bible condemned that whole race of people.
they call the wicked.
They are the wicked. 2 Thessalonians,
Not
chapter
Job,
5.
Job 9 and 24.
Job 9 and 24.
The
Con.
earth, matter of fact, let's get there. Job
You know?
9:24. The earth is given
Until
into
they
the hand of
come.
the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? And how did he cover the faces of the judges? By whitewashing iconoclasm.
Once again, he became the Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? He became the Egyptian. He became the motherfucking Israelite. He became the
Everybody-
motherfucking Moabite. Everybody but Edom.
The Syrian, the Palestinian.
He'd have been everything but Edom.
Look,
Until now.
He even the last samurai, goddamn.
And I gotta say, because it was funny as hell, but it made sense when Paul Mooney said that. You know, he said Tom Cruise is the last samurai. Tom Cruise, okay, Hollywood goes too far. That's what he said. Hollywood goes too far. You know, I've written the movie. Maybe Hollywood will direct my movie. It's called The Last Nigga on Earth, starring Tom Hanks. How about that? You know, straight up.
But yeah, they
You
want
know what
to.
I'm saying? They want to be everything. Eddie Murphy did a skit a while back with, what's his name? Ron Howard. Is that his name? Opie Richie Cunningham. All the time he was calling him Opie Cunningham. He was funny, but he was talking about Ron Howard speaking of how he into directing. He said, "I just wrote a movie." You know what I'm saying? And he say, Eddie Murphy asked him. He said, "What it's about?" He say, "Was it any brothers in it?" And Ron Howard was like, "No." He said, "Okay, well, no, I probably ain't seen it then. So what was it about?" He says, "The story about these two pimps." Eddie Murphy says, "The story about pimps and ain't no brothers in it." You know what I'm saying? I mean, and think about that, because Esau, everything that we do, the flavor we got, Esau wants to be everything except for Esau.
Yep, because Esau got no
You know,
flavor.
exactly, none at all. And see, they want to paint. They have painted themselves to be this high class of people. You know what I'm saying? And they've convinced the whole world that there's this such high class of people. They're so elegant. They're so intelligent. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they just so happen to be above everybody else. You know what I'm saying? In social status, in financial status, and all this.
It kind of,
You know,
because it goes into this. Romans 3:1. What advantage then have the Jew? Or what profit is there of the circumcision? Much every way. Chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God. Right. So that's why they want to be us. Because we got the covenants, the promises. You know,
Exactly.
it's been given unto us. So they figure, well, if we can wipe them out completely, we can get but the Heavenly
Right.
Father, He
But
said we liken unto the sands of the seas, and then He mingled us in with these other nations so that you couldn't do that.
Exactly. But see, the Lord actually called him out. The Lord told him, hey, look here, if you can number the sands of the sea, you know what I'm saying? You can measure the ends of the earth and the depths of the water. You know what I'm saying? You can number Israel. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll remove Israel. You know what I'm saying? The Lord will take him out himself. You know what I'm saying? Take Israel out himself. You know what I'm saying? And this is why this devil goes so far into trying to measure the earth, trying to measure space, trying to discover this. You know what I'm saying? All of that. This devil is trying to do all that, and once again, trying to be God. You know what I'm saying? And see, because he wants this rulership to be perpetual. You know what I'm saying? To be everlasting. He wants the blessing that was given unto Jacob. You know what I'm saying? He wants that blessing.
Yep.
But you can't have it. You know, you sold your birthright. You know what I'm saying? You sold your birthright
I'm trying to remember that.
for some raw freaking meat. You know what I'm saying? You live with your decision, man. You made your bed, you lay in it. You know what I'm saying? You made your coffin, you lay in it. You dead motherfucker. Matter of fact, that's what Esau means. Joshua, it means wasted away is he. You know what I'm saying? Esau is actually the lowest of the low. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord did bless him. You know what I'm saying? And he's living out his blessing. You know? And while you getting that there, I got another one I want to get right quick.
Found it.
Go ahead.
Water, y'all, about shit. I was shocked because I'm sitting there. You heard he said, I just got quiet. I was like, I know. All right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 31. And I'm going to start at verse 35. Thus said Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh, Lord of hosts, is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, said Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. That's one of the reasons why they trying to blow up the moon and
Can you send that?
yeah, I got you. That's one of the reasons why they want to blow up the moon and cover up the sun, because they want the nation of Israel to cease from being a nation, forever.
Exactly.
Okay, this is another Psalms 80. You can link this to Psalms 83.
Exactly.
Because they came together one consent that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
No more remembrance, and that's what this means. They don't even call themselves Israelites over there. They claim to be Jews, but they don't say they're Israelites. They say they're Israelis. You know what I'm saying?
And if you bring, and that's a play on word, because Israeli, Israeli,
Lie.
yeah,
Lie. You know what I'm saying? What the scriptures say about these men. This man, they was born speaking lies from the beginning, from birth.
From the womb.
You know, every word that come out this man's mouth is a lie. If they tell you that the sky is blue, then you better start looking for it to turn green. I'm for real.
This Jeremiah, I said a
Because
little
you
bit
can't
more.
believe nothing this man says. Go ahead.
Verse 37, thus said Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all they have done, said Yahweh. So that's why, they trying to measure what they Mariana Trench, they say is the deepest part of the world, but it get deeper than that. And they can't build the stuff to withstand the pressure down there.
Exactly.
And then they can't what did it say? They can't measure the heavens. Okay, because he got a firmament above. He got a firmament
the Lord
blocking him.
blocked that. That's how you know they ain't been to the moon. How you gonna get past the firmament and go to the moon? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but get Job 14:5 for me.
Can I?
Well, yeah, get that.
Do you got this in your arsenal? 2nd Ezra chapter 6. You got it up in there.
Matter of fact, I'll get Job.
Okay.
This is Job chapter 14 and verse 5. Seeing that his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Right. So they have a certain time that they cannot go past.
And
also-
the blessing was temporal.
And then also too, he appointed bounds, a boundary that they can't pass. They can't get past that
Exactly.
firmament.
Exactly.
So that scripture goes twofold.
Con. And then Second Ezra chapter 6 right here, verse 7, it says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Con.
Okay, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow.
Con.
See Jacob holding Esau's heel when they came out of the womb. You can read that. Is that Genesis 25?
Yep, and I'm about to get it
Okay,
right now.
so you can get that, and then I can go back.
Okay,
to
this is Genesis 25 and 25. I'm gonna start at 21. Genesis 25:21. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren. And Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. She got pregnant. And the children struggled together within her. They was in there fighting. They was in there throwing down, man.
Can I speak on just right quick? So this whole, when they talk about, okay, just right quick, I think, but this whole black and white narrative, you know what I'm saying, and for some reason we hate them so much and they hate us, this has been going on since the very beginning of time.
Yeah, since
You know what I'm saying? Since-
Adam in the circle.
Since Adam and the
It's
serpent.
really the
and
same.
And it transferred with,
Cain
with
and
Cain and Abel.
Then
and
now it's
then
Jacob
with
and Esau.
Jacob and
It's the
Esau. And it
same.
shows it right there. We've been fighting since the womb.
Gone. All right. So the children struggled together within her. She said, "If it be so, why am I thus?" So she was like, "If I'm pregnant, why I'm feeling like this?"
Right. What's all this, man?
So and she went to inquire of Yahweh, and Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I just said.
And
These are two, that was the Israelite. That was basically, in modern terms, that was Israel and Edom. Right
What
there.
that is Israel and Edom, because it said 2 nations. Okay, so that was the 2 progenitors of the progenitor of Israel and the progenitor of Edom.
These
Okay.
are the main 2 characters in this book, in the Bible. The main 2 characters is Jacob and Esau.
And the stronger one is Jacob.
Jacob is the stronger one in this show.
And he's the younger one
And
too. We're
Esau
gonna go
is the
into
weaker
that.
one. Go ahead.
Verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first, the older one, came out red all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
Esau.
So, and you look at these people's skin, they are not white. This paper, that's white.
That's white.
They not white, they are red. They are different shades of pink and red.
I'm telling you, all you gotta do is piss one of them off or put them in the sun too long.
You'll see their ass baked, but continuing on. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. So why didn't they describe Jacob? Because everybody back then had dark skin. They had brown skin, different shades of brown. Okay? And his name was called Jacob, and Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. Now, before you say that, let me get this real quick. This is Genesis chapter 36 and verse 8. And it reads, Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir. Okay, so Edom represents the nation as a whole.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
the Edomites are descendants of Esau.
Yep. So
Just like the Israelites are descendants of Jacob. You know.
or Israel, as his name was changed.
Exactly. So, so the point was that I was trying to make when they were born, it says Jacob held the heel of Esau. What that is signifying was a transfer of power.
Yep.
This is signifying a future prophecy that's not far away.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
we're really in the hand grabbing the heel right now. That's where we at in prophecy right now.
Because right now, this is basically talking about Esau living out his blessing. You know what I'm saying? And this is Esau's world right now. But see, when this world ends, Esau's the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
And that word world goes into the Greek word aeon, which means age.
Right.
So this is the end of Esau's age.
Exactly. You know,
But the
not
whole-
the whole end of the world.
Because the earth about it forever.
Exactly. And the earth was made to be inhabited. So the whole world ain't going to blow up.
Yep. It's just
You
gonna
know-
be America's gonna be utterly destroyed.
Is it come?
That lake of
And this
fire.
place got to go, and rightfully so. You know, but ultimately, while Esau is still making plans, you know, to try to make his rulership perpetual, understand, Jacob still got that hill. We still got that hill. You know what I'm saying? And we pulling his ass down while while the Lord pulling us up. You know what I'm saying? And we getting ready to come into rulership. You know what I'm saying? And like I was sitting here listening from Revelation 13:13. Look here. You can't just put somebody in slavery and think you just gonna get off scot-free, man.
Hell no.
What go over, you said yourself, what go around, come around. What goes up must come down, man. You got to fall. You tend to think that you gonna still do all the wickedness that you've done in this earth and continue to do, and you still gonna walk up right off into the sunset, you know what I'm saying, and be all happy and light it out forever. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is bringing an end to all this madness as we speak. You know, and that's why we out here. You know, we prophesying about these things. You know what I'm saying? We prophesied about it. And guess what? Like I said, in Revelation 11:11, Revelation reads in 2 Thessalonians chapter 5, great fear fell upon them. You know what I'm saying? They are very fearful of this word. That's why they trying everything they can to censor this word.
Yep. They trying to bring about that famine of the word.
And when they speak on, they talking about they gotta bring an end to certain talking points and this and that. Ultimately, they speaking about this truth. You know what I'm saying? You notice they ain't sitting there talking about these Christian churches too much. They ain't talking about nothing but ultimately it comes down to this truth. They gonna mention the Muslims or something like that there. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, what it comes down to is the fact that this man has been exposed. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has, like brother just read, that covering cast has been lifted. You know what I'm saying? And that wicked has been revealed. You know what I'm saying? And now, just as he always been, he on the run. You know what I'm saying?
In the vagabond.
God, you know, but he's once again, he's been exposed, his identity is known, and he don't know what to do. He acting a fool now. You know? But that's all I got, my bad.
No, you good. This is Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 14. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start up at 12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. He gonna do that again, man. He gonna use us. Okay, Lord willing, we're his battle axes, weapons of war, the men he gives spiritual powers to run through these people, man. You know, payback for what they did unto us, man.
Come on. And hey, brother, since the brother mentioned it, I do just want to say, hey, expect that. You know what I'm saying? Expect that. Believe that. The Lord is going to raise us up, and we getting ready to do some things. You know what I'm saying? And this man know it. The thing is, once again, part of him knowing that his time is up, he knows what comes with his time being up, and that's us being risen up with spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? He knows that that's getting ready to happen. Why else do he need super soldiers?
Yep.
You know? Why else do he need all the technology that he got? These robot dogs and stuff like that. You know, all this here stuff, it ain't for nothing. This ain't just him just having fun and trying to experiment and see if he can do it. No, he trying to come up with a way to combat us. He trying to combat, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah and the elect.
Get Amos 1 and 9. And just read verse 9.
Okay, Amos chapter 1 verse 9, it says, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Tyrus, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment
And I
thereof.
want to say Tyrus, I want to say those are Hamites. Okay. The inhabitants of Tyre. Yeah, I want to say they Hamites. Go ahead.
God, it says, because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom.
Talking about the Israelites, okay? This is talking about the slave trade. Okay, didn't the Hamites sell out the Israelites to the Edomites and the Ishmaelites? Okay. Hey man, the Heavenly Father's word don't miss. Go ahead.
At all. It says, and has, no, it says,
Deliver the whole captivity.
yeah. You have because they delivered up the whole captivity to Edom and remembered not the brotherly covenant.
All right, pause right there. So yeah, Edom didn't remember the brothers. Like they didn't remember the brotherly covenant. They went overboard when they got their hands on us, man. They went overboard. That's why Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah is going to judge them the way they is. Turn to Lamentations 4:21. But this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 17. Verse 13. Nope, verse 12. Okay. Jeremiah 49:12. For thus said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. It's talking about us. Okay. We weren't supposed to, we were supposed to go into captivity because we sinned,
But ultimately, I mean, we weren't, if you go back to the very beginning, we weren't created to die. We were created to be immortal.
Yeah, and we was created to rule over these other nations. They were supposed to be our servants, but
once again, because of this same serpent, here we are.
Yep, continuing on. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, that Basra, and Basra is the capital city of Edom. So what's modern day Basra? America. So that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual wastes. I have heard a rumor from, and so this place ain't never gonna be inhabited ever again. Okay, it's gonna, because it's gonna be too much radiation. It's gonna be hot. There's gonna be nothing but desert creatures that can inhabit this land. Continuing on, I have heard a rumor from Yahweh, and an ambassador is sent unto the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. And that's what's going on now, because that's part of our message to these heathens. It's telling them that they're going to get judged for what they did unto us. All right, and that they're gonna have to see our big brother Yahweh Shai when he returns.
Hey.
All right. Gather you together and come up against her and rise up to the battle. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. And they are small amongst the heathen. They the smallest nation. They the real minorities of the earth, and they are despised. Nobody can't stand these devils, man. Especially the mini-cap people, man. Because they know that they the problem of the earth.
Half of them can't. It's so bad now. They being exposed so much till they can't even stand their fucking self.
Yep.
They ashamed now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When they actually read up on their history, they ashamed of who they fucking are.
Yeah, because of what? Because of all the atrocities that was done.
All the filth. They some filthy. Go ahead, Al.
All right, verse 16. Thy terribleness have deceived thee, in the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle. Ain't that they bird? They favorite bird, the eagle.
And dwelling in the clefts of the rocks because they come out of them damn caves.
Yep.
That's the original caveman. That's what they talking about.
I will bring thee down from thence, said Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. He gonna bring them down off that high horse that they're on. Verse 17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and hiss at all the plagues thereof. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it. It's talking about here in America.
That's another time that the Lord has likened Sodom and Gomorrah to destruction. And each time is linked to Edom.
Yep.
Each time is linked to Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? It says Sodom and Gomorrah was just an example of what would happen, you know what I'm saying, to people who would live ungodly afterwards. You know what I'm saying? And look at these people have bought that spittum of Sodom and Gomorrah.
Plus more.
Plus
this
more.
Is a great
Exactly.
rebellion. This is a great rebellion or a great falling
This
away
is
from
the
the Lord.
greatest rebellion led against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in history since the world began.
Hey, like a time like never before.
And this man is just that diabolical. He is the literal wicked that the Bible speaks of. He is the wicked.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Go
But
ahead,
like
get
the scriptures say, he has transformed himself into an angel of light. You know, but that light's being put out. What you got?
Get that Lamentations.
Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. Okay. Lamentations 4, chapter 4, verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup shall also pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked.
Yep.
Okay?
And that's what's happened. They being exposed.
Mhm.
That's what it's talking.
When it says make thyself naked, I mean you're basically being exposed. And the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, and the Lord is not covering up this now, since we thought that this man is literally, like, we thought that the epitome of righteousness came from these people. You know what I'm saying? But but the Lord is discovering their sins, basically uncovering. Like, now we know that this man is actually the wicked. You know what I'm saying? When all we thought that this man was actually, you know, righteous. You know what I'm saying? This is the way to go. Just growing up, we all thought that we should try to be like so-called white people. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Boy, I was thinking about this shit earlier today, and I was like, damn, I can't believe I used to want to be a white man.
Yeah. And to this day, it's still people that's like that. To this day, it's still people that look like me, look like us, and still talking about, I'm from you. They don't know their history. So here they go. They do their little ancestry thing. You know what I'm saying? This is what the scriptures say, don't even. Exactly. But then they find out that they got European in them. You know what I'm saying? So now they think that they got Edomite in their blood.
But
you know what I'm
shit,
saying?
like who's the original people ruling Edom? Europe. I mean,
See, that's because they don't know their history. But they proud. They got a certain pride within them just hearing that they got this people. They proud to be, you know what I'm saying? But if you tell them about the Byzantine Empire, you know what I'm saying, they will never speak on having European in their blood again.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's how ignorant our people is.
Yep.
You know, but hey, you know, and I'm gonna say this here. Any of y'all Israelites that feel like that, have at it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the scriptures say, when they fall, those of you that's in bed with them, all of you that's with them, hey, you gonna fall too. You gonna meet your day of destruction too. You know what I'm saying? You want them, you want to be partakers of their sins, okay, then you will be partakers of the plagues.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So have at it, but I'm going to stay right here, and I'm going to suffer. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look ignorant, I'm going to look foolish, and all that there. You know what I'm saying? That being proud to say I'm an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? If anything, but at least I know what's coming. You know? I'm still going. I know. I know.
This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 19. Get Obadiah 1 and 8. Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. For the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. Okay? So yeah. The Heavenly Father got And he got a tab on Esau. Esau keep running that tab up, and Esau thinking he ain't gonna have to pay that tab. But we coming to the day you gonna have to pay that tab, bro. All right, go ahead and get that.
Obadiah 1:8, it says, "Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau?"
Yep, and we can see that he's doing that now, man, because these people, they ain't as smart, quote unquote, as they used to be. Because they doing a whole bunch of dumbass shit, man.
Yeah.
Just like the title of the lesson, the decline of Edom, man.
Because, like you said, they doing a bunch of dumbass shit. This man done lost his mind because the Lord got him in straits. You know what I'm saying? He don't know. Half the time he don't know what the hell he doing. He just doing shit.
Yep.
You know.
Get Amos 1:11 and 12.
Amos chapter 1 verse 11. It says, "Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof."
That 4 represents mercy, man. We need that mercy, man. Yahweh Shah coming to, bring down these Edomites, that's mercy in itself. Okay? Bringing down our oppressors that ruled over us for a long ass time. Go ahead.
It says, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
Yeah, they don't care. They just, like I said earlier on, they just went overboard. They just kept going and kept going, making our affliction worse and worse and worse and worse. Okay, at least in these other captivities, they kind of, eased up and, all right, y'all done been under rigorous captivity for so long, y'all can go back to y'all land, rebuild, and, they'll, give us some ease. Esau?
Hell nah.
Esau said, fuck that, I'm gonna squeeze every bit of inch of life out of you until I can't no more. And that's why Yahweh Shem Yahshua gonna destroy his ass. Read verse 12.
He says, "But I will send a fire upon Teman, which shall devour the palaces of Bosra." And ultimately, that's what's getting ready to come. You know what I'm saying? That's the purpose of these nuclear missiles.
Yep,
You know.
I want to say the modern day Teamanites, either the Germans or the
I heard it was the Germans. I want to say it's the Germans. But I mean, hey, a lot of weaponry came out of Germany. A lot of stuff. The Germans, yeah.
Boy, they very smart.
They are.
They the Teamanites. Teman was, the wisest clan out of Edom.
I think they even tried to attempt with a new world order. That was Hitler. You know what I'm saying? So they was trying it back then. They've been trying it for the longest. They just could never succeed. Now they got the technology. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they can succeed. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, hey,
Get
the Lord gonna ruin his plan.
Malachi 1:14 while I get this. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 12. "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about." He gonna judge there. He gonna mess them up, have them fighting against each other. "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is near the valley of decision." In the Middle East, that's where it's going to be held at. "The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining." Like we mentioned in transit, going into the smoke from the nukes, but also Yahweh Shai pulling up on the scene in their gigantic fathership. Okay? Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai shall roar out of Zion and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel, the remnant, the elect. They're going to get saved and delivered. "So shall ye know that I am Yahweh your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no more strangers pass through her anymore." Right. There's not gonna be no strangers in our land anymore,
And we
man.
ain't got to worry about nobody coming to take over. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to, like that scripture say, we won't even have to know war no more.
Shit,
You know what I'm saying?
we gonna be able to have our doors open in our land because ain't nobody gonna come mess with us,
Exactly.
man. That's real peace.
Ultimately, that's the real peace and safety. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing else to worry about. The Lord will not suffer us to be in captivity no more.
He gonna wipe away all tears.
All tears wiped away, but it all
ahead.
starts with this man being taken out of the way.
Yep.
You know.
Take it down. Go ahead and get that.
Malachi 1 and 14.
No, 1 and 4.
Oh. That one too. Malachi 1 and 4, my bad. Whereas, I started 3.
Go ahead.
It says, Malachi 1 and 3, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So that's what it was written in Romans 9. It said, "For as it's written, Jacob is I love, Esau is I hate." That's one of the places right there when the Heavenly Father says that He hates Esau. Go ahead.
It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever.
Yeah, so they're the embodiment of wickedness, man. Wicked incarnate in the flesh, man. That's them people, man.
Yep.
Point blank period.
Yep.
No
and
comma.
they had their chance to rebuild. That was their renaissance. You know what I'm saying?
And
They
shit,
had
what
their
they
little
doing now?
renaissance, and they didn't build it. It's didn't come all the way up into this full beast system.
And
You know
Yahweh
what I'm saying?
Shah gonna topple this place.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
House of cards.
And so once again, I mean, it said, I gotta say to go this. It says the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. What is indignation? Righteous anger. Okay, so when did we supposed to start forgiving these people? When did the Lord say that He was gonna start bringing in, that they was gonna be partakers in the kingdom of heaven? And now, come on now, man. Salvation is for Israel and Israel only. I just had to make that point.
This the NLT. NLT reads Malachi 1 and 4. Esau's descendants in Edom may say, "We have been shattered, but we will rebuild the ruins." But Yahweh, Lord of heaven's armies, replies, "They may try to rebuild, but I will demolish them again. Their country will be known as the land of wickedness, and their people will be called the people with whom Yahweh is forever angry." Go ahead,
Oh
man.
man,
Go
that's
ahead.
it, man. The Lord is forever angry with these people. This is why these people ultimately, their end is that they have to be taken off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? They don't have there's no future for Esau, and he knows it. That's why and you can't be, I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand the motherfucker, but I ain't mad at him because this is all he got. After this here, he got 1,000 years of slavery, and then he wiped off the face of the earth. He have to pay his dues, you know what I'm saying? He have to serve out his punishment, and then death is after that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he got that's why I said in Revelation 12 and 12, rejoice ye heavens, say, live it up while you can, Esau. You know? But ultimately, the Lord gonna pour out his anger on you, and hey, ain't no escaping that.
Isaiah 11 and 14. This is Amos
That's
chapter
funny
9.
as hell.
Amos chapter 9 and 11. In that day, I will restore the fallen house of David. And that's what he's doing now. The third temple being built before your eyes, spiritually.
Did
You know,
say,
with these different sincere men coming out on the highways and hedges, preaching the true gospel. Yeah, that's the house of David right there, man. Okay, what you saying?
You said Isaiah 11 and 14?
Yeah. I will repair its damaged walls. From the ruins I will rebuild it and restore its former glory. And Israel, you know, all 12 tribes, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, will possess what is left of Edom. Why is that? Because a lot of Edomites finna get destroyed, man. Especially over here in America. Okay, in America, other parts of the world, our homeland gonna get hit too, because they gotta clean all their filth that the mini-cap people done did over there.
Yep.
Okay, continuing on. And Israel will possess what is left of Edom, and all the nations I have called to be mine. Yahweh has spoken, and he will do these things.
He will definitely do it.
Yeah, it's going to come to pass, and his word don't go out void, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 14. It says, "But they shall fly upon the shoulder."
Slack it. Start at 13.
Isaiah chapter 11 and 13.
Nope. Start at 11. 11 to 14.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11. "And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people."
So we haven't been saved and delivered again. For all them people that said that them people being over there in their lands was, them getting delivered again. That's not the case. Okay, because it's going to tell you from all the places where they're going to go ahead.
Okay. It says, "To recover the remnant of his people which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea."
Pretty much all over the world. Go ahead, continue.
Yep. "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth."
That hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
Because, they
Not
still
just from Germany.
Because you still got, them people, them small cap people talking about the lost 10 tribes. We know where we know where they at. We know who
Right.
they are.
But they the 12 tribes of Judah.
Boy. Go ahead, keep reading.
They all over the place, man. It says, verse 12, it says, verse 13, it says, "The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim."
And that's going into the northern and southern kingdom coming back together in unison. Because after the death of King Solomon, that's when the kingdom split. Okay? But now, and we already in that time where the northern and southern kingdom are, coming together in unison. That's why you have these camps. Okay?
And you just read that in the Habakkuk when it spoke of the house of David. The Lord is bringing that whole house of David, that includes the 412 tribes. And ultimately right now it's the elect of Edom, the elect of the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom.
Yep.
And we coming together. You see that right now. This is happening right before your very eyes.
Y'all just too blind to see it.
But hey, Esau see it.
Yep.
And he's scared to the mud.
Yeah, he's shaking in his boots.
It says, "Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex envy." Ephraim, and once again, we coming together right now. We coming together for that one purpose. We're prophesying these days. We the two witnesses. You know what I'm saying? And we're prophesying the downfall of Esau. Verse 14, "But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and they shall spoil them of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them."
That goes into us jacking them up and putting them in captivity, man.
And that's speaking of all these nations, just like it was back in the time of David. David had all the nations subdued.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Subjected and paying tributary taxes onto them.
Exactly. So when the Lord said he would build up the house of David as in the days of old, that's what he's talking about right here. That house of David gonna be built up, and it's being built right now, and eventually we're gonna have all these nations under our feet. You know what I'm saying? Just like it was when David was back in the time of David.
All right, this is Psalms chapter 137 and verse 7. "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, during the time of 70 AD, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon." Why is Edom getting linked with the daughter of Babylon? things that make you go,
Right?
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewarded thee as thou hast served us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. Yeah, just like how they was happy when they was hanging us, having picnics, throwing our babies as alligator bait. Okay, the Devil's Punch Bowl. You had all these incidents. So yeah, we gonna have a big ass smile on our face when it's our time. When the shoe is on the other foot. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, huh?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You get killed. Wait till I get those spiritual powers.
Here he go.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get revenge on all them turkeys that you can kill for Thanksgiving.
Man.
I had to.
Get Job 27-14, man. Start at 13.
Job chapter 27, starting at verse 13, it says, "This is the portion of a wicked man with God and the heritage of oppressors."
So we know that Esau is the wicked, and they are oppressors, right? Go ahead.
This is his portion, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Man.
Yep.
Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep.
Yeah, because his women already getting tired of him.
Yes.
They tired of
Yes.
dealing with him because they know
They
they
ain't
know that
weeping
they're
for
the
him no
problem.
more. They ain't worried about him no more. They seeking us. They seeking Israelite men. You know? But the Lord is ultimately saying right there, there is an ending to this man's rulership, to his reign on earth, to his reign of being the epitome of, you know, purity and all that there. Like you said, the Lord has uncovered his secrets. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord is bringing an end to it. The Lord just said, even his children ain't nothing. They ain't gonna see peace. They ain't gonna see nothing but death. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is gonna put an end to that whole entire class of people.
Get Jeremiah 49-22 while I get this. This is Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 2. And he said unto me, verse 1. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. He saw a chariot, what people was ignorantly call a UFO. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off, as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, said Yahweh, Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Yeah, these chariots finna come in this kingdom and destroy this place. That's pretty much what it's talking about. Okay, because this is the house of the thief. Esau go around stealing lands, stealing people, stealing resources.
Man.
He just be stealing every goddamn thing.
I was looking at that video. I don't know if you've seen it. You said Esau didn't pull himself up by his bootstraps.
Oh, I ain't see it yet.
Yeah, man, you gotta watch it. The chick going into all these different basically all these how all these Edomites got their land in America, and different treaties and different acts that were passed in 18. You know how they supposed they had the 40 acres and the mule and the Louisiana Purchase and all this good stuff. You know, the 40 acres, all these things were passed. You know what I'm saying, to give Edomites land ownership here in America. The land that didn't belong to them in the first place. But anyway,
that they stole from Gad,
exactly.
Reuben, the northern
exactly.
kingdom.
You know, and then they did they had the 40 acres and the mule, which was supposedly for Israelites, you know, that fought in the Civil War, you know what I'm saying, and helped the Union, you know what I'm saying, defeat the Confederacy. That's what she was talking about in it, you know, and that was like for thousands of Israelites, land that was supposed to be given unto them, but that never went through. But all these other stuff, all these other things that were passed for Edomites to get their land, they got it. You know what I'm saying? That went through, but we don't never see nothing.
Hey, because Michael 2 and 10 rise you apart. This is not your rest. Because it's polluted. This place is polluted. It's bloody. It's a bloody city, man. And we know the only way a place can be cleansed by blood is the ones who shed the blood be shed.
Exactly. She said it's a 93 million, about 93 million Edomites in America right now that's living off of that generational wealth. You know, land that came from way back then. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man,
these
they gonna
people
have to
ain't
pay.
worked for shit, man.
They gonna have to pay, man.
And here we are still living in fucking apartments and shit. You
Hey,
know what I'm
hey,
saying?
man,
Working
hey.
9 to 5.
Hey, that's
Man.
fine because shit, Esau be lucky he get shit. I know in my kingdom, in my domain, they'll be lucky they get a roof over their goddamn head, bitch. I had y'all sleeping outside all time. I don't give a fuck what type of weather, bitch. You better make it work.
I don't even think they gonna even get as far as having 9 to 5s. At least not with me, man. You gonna be your ass out there in the field for a straight 1,000 years if it's up to me.
Except
You
on
got
the
straight field, and except I wish I could have it, bro. I'm telling
know,
you,
right?
man.
I know, right? I know, right? Man, get your bitch ass to work, motherfucker.
Yeah, for real.
Man.
You make real work double just because it's the same shit. Hey, you know what? Hey, you be thankful. Honestly, because this is how angry you got us, and you can imagine how angry Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is, you know.
Yep.
But we will, like you said, it's certain things that we just ain't gonna do because we ain't as wicked as you. We still gonna observe our Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? You get lucky on that. We still gonna observe our Sabbath. We ain't gonna do no freaking butt breaking. We ain't,
gonna
cause
do
we
none
ain't
of that.
filthy like you, man.
Yep.
You can have your wickedness, but we gonna rule you with a rod of iron, but in righteousness.
Come on.
You know, yeah, Salakia. Jeremiah 49, and you said,
22.
okay, that's right. Okay. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains.
Yeah, because when Yahweh Shai come, you know, they like we keep saying, they gonna be utterly afraid when Yahweh Shai come because at that point they know that's it. That's the point of no return.
Yep, I mean, you getting a little glimpse of that right now. A lot of them, I mean, you hear these Edomites sitting here speaking, you know what I'm saying, like, look here, they warning other Edomites, you know, like, man, do y'all not understand what y'all done did?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Other people, these Edomites realizing who we actually are, that we're actually the Lord's chosen people, you know, and they sitting there like, what do you think is coming to us?
Exactly.
You know
Death
what I'm
and
saying?
destruction.
Think about that, you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? They scared now.
Exactly.
You know,
Get that.
Go
Was
ahead.
that it?
What you
Okay,
got?
no, this is
Mhm.
Jeremiah chapter 50. Get matter of fact, I'm gonna get it because this is still the one I'm gonna get.
Okay.
Get matter of fact, Isaiah 34 and 2. Yep, get that while I get this. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 11. Because you are glad, because you rejoice, O ye destroyers of my heritage, because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land in the desert. It's talking about here because hey, this is like the last place to be established. Because everywhere else in the world was pretty much established. Okay? And this place is going to be a wilderness, a dry land. It's going to be the desert. Because of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, it shall not be inhabited. but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. Ancient Babylon is what modern day Iraq, and it's people still dwelling in there.
Exactly. That's how it lets you know it's not talking about that.
Exactly. Continuing on, verse 14: Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Pretty much all these nations that have missile technology.
The Lord is going to put the spirit on all these nations to come against Babylon.
Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Shout against her round about. She have given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her.
Right. Double.
Yep, and she's gonna have to drink of that cup double, man. Go ahead and get what you got, Baba Kashab.
Isaiah chapter 34, verse 2, it says, For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations.
Keep going.
And
Start at 6.
okay, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
Yeah, that's going into the valley of Jehoshaphat. Yahweh Shaphat, go ahead.
It says, Their slain shall also be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
Talking about these governments, man. Go ahead.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Let's talk about that mushroom cloud from when the missiles hit, man. Okay? Every day, the elements are gonna, it says in was it 2 Peter, the elements shall dissolve with fervent heat. Go ahead, man. Together as a scroll.
Yeah, and the heavens, and the heaven, that's also, like you said, that's speaking of the rulership. That's this whole rulership being brought down.
It's going to be dissolved, God. Yep.
It says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Yes, we all used to like to bring this out there. You know, them old atom bombs used to be in the shape of a fig.
Oh.
Yeah, and you know, when they fall, like a fig falling from a tree. Yeah.
The Lord touched on everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And it's funny, you know, how these people actually just lets you know that the Lord is in control, because the scriptures actually lay out what these people are gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And these people do it.
Yep.
And they see it in the scriptures, and they still do. You would think that they probably gonna say, okay, I'm not gonna do this. You know, I'm gonna try to. These people just do it. It's so obvious who you is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Oh, it says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
That's going into how them missiles flying is pretty much like it's being bathed in heaven, in the sky. Go ahead.
It says, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
And Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom. Okay.
And upon the people of my curse to judgment.
And who's the people?
Just read it in
Malachi.
Exactly. It said the people of my indignation forever. You know. So it says, verse 6, it says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats.
Matter of fact, stop at 8.
Okay, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Bozrah, a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Yeah, it's gonna be likened unto a great slaughter, man. I mean, sacrifice, because America's one big ass altar. You think about it.
Yep, and I mean, you said it's gonna be an inhabitant of all the what kind of creatures? You know,
Desert creatures.
So yeah, all these desert creatures gonna feed on those carcasses. Yep. You know what I'm saying? This is a great sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? And all these other animals, you know, the vultures and all that stuff, they're going to inhabit this land. And trust me, they got a lot to eat for a while. You know what I'm saying? But that's that great sacrifice that the Lord is getting ready to make. Verse 7, it says, and the unicorns shall come down with them.
That's them satellites. Okay, go ahead.
And the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance, and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Okay, hey, and I just gotta say, look here. The Lord is coming for us, man.
Yep.
The Lord, no matter what these people say, no matter how much they try to convince you that they are the end all be all and everything, and they think they're gonna be the phoenix that rise above the ashes and all of them. Look here, the Lord has not forgotten his true people. You know what I'm saying? And all of this is, and everything that the Lord is getting ready to do is for us. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good. That's why we thankful to be in this truth, man.
Yep.
The hope for the elect, man. You understand what the Lord is fighting for us, man. The Lord is fighting for us, man. That's just something to be thankful for, and that's more reason for us to be out here doing this work.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And that's because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is bringing this place down, man. You have any more scriptures you want to go to? Because I'm about to close it out.
No, you got it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get this. All right. This is
Well,
Ezekiel.
yeah, I'm gonna get that 2 Thessalonians. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Can I
and
get that?
Go ahead and get that.
I'm sorry, but because we've been speaking on it and I ain't brought it out. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Yeah, so 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and this is basically what's going on right now. You know, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. 2 Thessalonians 2, starting at verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. That means that's letting you know that the Lord is letting this man and his wickedness run amok in the earth for right now until his time is up. Once again, his time is limited and is running out. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay, and everybody's going to be amazed when Yahweh shall show up in their chariots. You know what I'm saying? And he's being consumed with the spirit of his mouth. That's us out here preaching his word right now.
The prophets, yeah.
The prophets.
Because they always been the
prophets
mouthpiece of the Lord.
They're starting with the elders and apostles, great millstone, man. It says, even him who's coming is after the working of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. You know, his lying wonders, his technology, you know what I'm saying? He say he went to the moon, you know, all this mess, man. His pseudoscience, you know, it's all BS ultimately. He says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You know, and ultimately that's why it's so easy. It's been so easy for Esau to deceive the masses because people don't believe in truth. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to hear truth. They want to believe the lies that Esau give them because the lies feel good. You know what I'm saying? They sound good. You know, they sound better than truth. It says that for this cause, God shall send them strong delusion that they should believe or not. That they all might be damned who believe in not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. You know, and ultimately, like you said, that's why we out here. We're giving you the truth. You know what I'm saying? We don't take pleasure in the unrighteousness of Esau because, hey, like the scriptures say, he has an end. We don't want to be a part of that. You know, but what you got?
Give me a second.
Okay, and while he doing that, just to elaborate some more, ultimately, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. We're coming into the end of this age, Esau's age. You know what I'm saying? The age of Esau ruling. You know what I'm saying? And Jacob is the beginning of the world that follows. This is a world without end.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Everlasting.
Exactly.
Never and never.
Exactly. So when we're praying, when you say the Lord's Prayer, and we pray, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, that order from the heavens is coming into the earth, and that rule, that's Jacob's rulership. That's the Israelites' rulership under Yahweh Shah. You know?
This is Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 5. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, and evil, and only evil, behold, is come. The end is come, the end is come. It watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. the time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee. And I will judge thee according to all thy ways, and I will recompense thee for all thy abominations. And my eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh that smiteth. Behold the day, behold it is come. The morning is gone forth, the rod hath blossomed, pride hath budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs, neither shall there be any willing for them. Yeah, nobody's gonna mourn these wicked people when Yahweh Hashem Yahushua start, exercising his judgment. If anything, hey, the righteous is gonna rejoice. They're gonna be laughing in that day.
Even the earth is gonna rejoice.
Yep, the trees, the animals, everybody. Because hey, the creature longeth for the manifestations of the sons of God, man.
God.
Okay, so hey, the end is here, man. Hey, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it, man.
God.
So you had any closing words?
That's it.
So yeah, Edom, Esau, y'all are the people of the world. Y'all are witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom. So with that, we're gonna bring this camp to a close. We want to give our infinite honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessing, safety, and salutation until the 144,000 and the rest of the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Kwam Yasharallah.
Kwam Yasharallah.
And Abba Ball.
Abba Ball.
DTA soon.
DTA soon.
Shalom.
Shalom.